Welcome back to the Wargaming.net Gold League live from Southern California. I'm Joshua Clutchgrade, joined by Randall Rukiel Holcomb. We have team members in America from all over America, and we just had the Googly Boppers defeat Cazadores. Cazadores are from South America, different regions, Chile, Argentina, and they have been a staple of WGLNA, and I look forward to seeing them progress in the Gold League. Googly Boppers now has their first win under their belt. Congratulations to them. And congratulations to this person that sent in their tweet at WGLNA. This is Cindy Linder, 7.1 surround sound, 23.6 AOC monitor, Razor outfitted, blue snowball, Radeon 7770 HD, 2 terabyte HD, and 8 gigabytes of RAM. What better way to be a tank commander than with all that beautiful hardware? For you
have a mic like that, right, Clutch?
I have a blue Yeti mic. That's a Yeti ball mic.
Oh, okay.
A little bit different.
Looks pretty. I just remembered seeing your mic once, and I was like, that looks kind of like it. It's a pretty good mic, right?
It is pretty good. It's probably one of the best type of USB mics you can get until you get into the studio range. And that all comes down to hertz, how many hertz are in the recording. And that's your lesson for the day for voiceovers. All right, guys, it's time for the face-off of the Cunninghams versus River of Blood. Gentlemen, good evening and welcome.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
River of Blood, Captain Blood, let's start with you. The Cinderella story many times over. Not going to be the case this season. Why not?
Oh, no, we're enough of that comeback king stuff. We're just going to start hard right off the bat, get our wins out in the beginning, show that we're up in the top 4, you know, not get a real bad seed down in Vegas, and maybe win a little more money that way.
What has your preparation been like for the season, and also for the team you're going to be up against, Cunninghams?
We've actually never played the Cunninghams before. I mean, we've watched their videos and stuff. We've never played or maybe not even practiced, maybe once a long time ago, but yeah, one time. But this is actually, I'm taking a little bit of a back seat this season. This is going to be the Doc Gollum show this season. He's, you know, one of the higher paid players from last season. He got a lot of props for his performance, and I'm going to de-brain fry, trying to control the crazy that is my team, and I'm going to let Doc Gollum make the calls for a while. And I'm still involved, and I'm always going to be there. I'm going to be in, you know, majority of the matches and helping with practice and everything else, but I'm kind of taking a back seat this time just to sort of cool down and get geared up for Season 4.
Yeah, the mantle is a heavy one to be the team leader, but it's always exciting to see you, River Blood, Captain Blood, because you have been, just like the Cazadores, just like the Cunninghams and A. Martin, a staple of WGLNA. And as we continue on in the Gold League, it's great to have you guys back. You both have been top 8 teams in the last season finals, and Cunninghams, you guys impressed a lot of us. Props or not, you guys improved a lot. Will that improvement continue in Season 3?
That's the plan. We actually made one roster change to try to keep the progress going, and shout out to the Millard, our new member, and we hope to start the season off on a good note.
How is Millie Vanilli getting himself into the team? How is he synergizing with you guys?
At first he was talking a little too much, but he's settled in now.
He has a habit of talking a lot.
Yeah, he does.
So is that a baseball in your hand, A. Martin?
Yes. It was a last-minute prop. I grabbed it.
Is it a special baseball?
No, it's just a baseball that was in my glove.
You play baseball, A. Martin?
Used to.
Okay.
Not anymore.
Well, A. Martin, is there any words you'd like to pitch over to River of Blood before we get this started?
No, just good luck, and glad to see you guys really trying to make it big this season, whatever it is.
Captain Blood, got any response?
Gold season. It's fight time. Hey, where's the light? Oh, there we go.
Who's that behind you? Are they doing something special?
They're playing Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. It's kind of like D&D, but not for wusses, because you die a lot.
Yeah.
So,
a good DM kills all of his players.
I'm their rogue, so I think traps are killing them as we speak because I can't play with them. So
just check for traps. Just be like, check for traps and roll.
Yeah, but I'm the guy doing it. I can't do it. I'm like, sorry.
Just turn around and throw your dice at him.
He's got some real money to win.
But yeah, hey, Martin, you guys, you did great. You guys did really good last season. So we want to take that away from you. We think what you have should be ours. So we want to get third or better this time. So this should be a good fight.
Cunninghams, you are the higher seed. Heads or tails on the coin flip?
Heads.
Heads will be the call, and heads is the flip. So you get to choose the map or defer.
Himmelsdorf.
Himmelsdorf would be the first map choice for the Cunninghams. River of Blood, north or south?
We will take south.
South
me
side.
a-
Key card for that?
Yeah, I wrote it down.
South side for River of Blood. Cunninghams will take the north. Gentlemen, always a pleasure to see you, and best of luck.
Thanks.
All right. Last match of the night, folks. River of Blood versus the Cunninghams. We call it a vengeance match because these guys have been toe-to-toe off stage, just not on stage yet, at the season finals. I thought that Cunninghams knocked out River of Blood in season 2 finals.
I think, was that Fulcrum Gaming maybe? Because they got a bad seed.
Oh, it was Fulcrum versus River
Yeah.
of Blood, seed number 1 in season 2. That's right.
Yeah. Sorry. I didn't remember until just when they.
No, that's
did.
okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. It was my mistake, guys. I
Yeah, it
apologize.
happens.
But it is a vengeance match. Because these teams, again, top 8. And again, this is another one they want to kind of get out of the way, because if you can imagine this was the very last matchup of the season, and both of them needed that win in order to make it to the finals or even the playoffs, that'd be really tough. See either of them not in the finals for season 3.
I doubt it. I'd expect them both to be there. They're both top teams. Whoever wins today, I mean, that's big. That's big for either team. That shows where these guys are at the beginning of the season, but we've still got 2 more weeks. That's 2 weeks for these guys to get their momentum back. You know, River of Blood, they've always had trouble, early in the season. Then they get their act together, as they always say, and they
It's
take it
under
home.
fire. It's the
Yeah.
Grace under fire scenario.
They just perform well, and I mean now they've got Doc Golem leading the way. I don't know how that's going to change things, but I just expect them to keep getting better. But the competition is getting better too, so they just need to advance a little faster than everyone else to beat what they've been doing.
The best leaders sometimes know when to follow, and I think this is a good time for Doc Golem to get into that leadership position, because when you have the same type of leadership over and over again and things don't work, if you have a different leader, they can see things a little bit differently compared to always having the same viewpoint, the same blinders on.
Yeah.
That's nothing against Captain Blood or
No,
any leader.
I get it.
But
I see
you get a fresh take on something.
Yeah. Like for the longest time, I had this one mentality for El Haluf when we played in Clan Wars. And I always played this really off-the-wall strategy. I would book a bunch of IS-7s, back when IS-7s were a viable Clan Wars tank, right across a part of the open field. I'd cover them, and then I'd bring in some little sneaky group of mediums. And I'd do the same thing almost every time with slight variations based on whatever I wanted to do. And I got caught in this one mentality that I didn't want to imitate this pubby style, where you go around the traditional lanes like the maps decided to. But I'd gotten out of that, and eventually people started countering me out. They said, we know what Rukil's strats are, we're just going to bring this strat and try and counter out. Now, generally we won, but we actually started to lose a few battles here and there, and that was frustrating to me. And so I actually brought another guy who said, you know what, I'm going to go back to traditional styles and old school styles of Ahluf. He brought it, did it, and it worked really well for a while because people had gotten used to this other style and this perspective, and my perspective was skewed by the fact that I thought something was absolutely better, and you couldn't do something else. You can get stuck in a perspective, and it can hurt you.
It's tough to be humbled.
Yeah.
It's tough to admit when you're wrong. It's really tough.
I really fought him on it too. I was like, "This is a stupid strat. It's not going to work."
Do you know who I am? I am Rukil. I'm the best light taker in America.
At that time, it was medium tanks.
That was the best medium taker in America.
There you go.
America.
Merc.
I can understand that. And the map, such as El Haluf, which you play in World of Warplanes now,
Yeah,
which is fun.
you can fly above it. Yeah. Or into it. Mostly into it.
There's some maps out there right now, like Sacred Valley, the Korean map, where I was in a T-29, and I took forever to get up this one rock face. And I don't think anybody had ever gone that way before. And I'm going like the little engine that could. I think I can. I finally get to the top, and I get behind enemy lines where 2 heavy tanks are stationed, and I start pounding on them, unloading on them, the T-29. Allows them to turret brake, makes them turret brake, which allows my teammates to move up that hill and get the kills. And they're like, "Where did you come from, T-29?" And I just typed, "I have no idea." I don't know how I made it. It was the slowest climb ever.
Just breaking conventional
Exactly,
strategies.
but was that hill there the entire time? Yes. And was it utilized to the best way with my T-29? In that scenario, yes, it was.
Yeah.
So you have that option open up. Can I have gone there at the beginning of the map? Probably not, because the
Can you
enemies
go
would've
there
seen me.
every single map? Probably not.
No.
Yeah.
But you have that type of openings, and you have a fresh perspective, and that's a great way to put it. Great way
I
to put it.
always try and go with really different openings when I play World of Tanks. If you watch me stream, I don't know if you tune in sometimes, but people watch me stream know I do like just weird openings that are super aggressive. That's what I think should happen.
Yeah.
Always with a nice aggressive opening, set the pace of the entire battle, and even in pubs. I mean, you do it in 742 and stuff too, but in pubs it really even works. So those of you who maybe not in 742 but just play, I mean, that's just a little advice.
It's tough to be aggressive on a sheriff account because I love to be
Oh,
up
man.
on the front lines, but once they spot me, oh no. It's everyone comes after me. But sometimes it works really well because I'll back up and they'll peek around the corner, boom, 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 a couple shots will take them down.
Although there was this, I was on Siegfried line, and I go out to the east a lot, like far east, hit the red line pretty much, and I booked it out there with a Patton. I got this kill on a light tank, but then I started moving up a little bit, and just this one guy started in like a mouse, started booking it across the open field, and he's in a mouse, so he didn't get tracked for some reason, and he just kept going for the longest time, like 500 meters, just booking at me, and all these other tanks trained on me, and all of a sudden shots from everywhere. It was crazy. People do the craziest stuff to kill a sheriff. They
gold.
lost because they
150
were sitting
gold.
in the open, dying. But
Let's go ahead and jump into game number 1. Battle number 1 for match number 5, Cunninghams versus River of Blood.
taking a look at the tanks, River of Blood will be bringing two 5100s and 3 IS-3s. For the side of the Cunninghams, we'll have two 110s, two 5100s and an IS-3. So DPM coming out in Countess and Militant in those 110s. Interesting. I don't remember them bringing two 110s. Do you, Clutch? I don't think so.
No, I
Not in
haven't
the
seen a
past.
double 110 in a long time. Maybe Fulcrum Gaming brought it one time in Season 2, but it is not a typical thing.
That's really weird to see. I guess they are going for DPM, but they're losing out a lot in Alpha in this situation.
That is true, but if you set up some good flanks, I think that it'll counterbalance it.
Yeah, they just have to make this engagement work right. They have to find a tank and isolate it, or maybe start the brawl really well. Because I mean, if you get Alpha down, the IS-3s are going to shut you down. I mean, between Doc Golem, Savage E, and 2 AP3, the three of them can hurt a tank a lot. And then Doppler or Rylak, it should only take them one shot after 3 IS-3s make a connection to finish someone off. So that's a lot of Alpha. Whereas Cunninghams, they'll have the 110s have to shoot. Oh wow!
Canada gets the first kill against A. Martin. Cunningham's in the red to spawn to the north. Abe Martin was leading the charge down from the north to the south along that western bank, and he falls to Canada. Canada clicking his heels with that Canadian smile. He's going to fall back a bit.
That's huge. And they also spotted Commander J, so that blows a lot of the strategy for the Cunninghams. They know there are tanks in the west now. They have a T1 advantage. Now they know that there is a single T1 probably on the hill. They can maybe bring an overmatch to it with that, because they have two tanks towards the hill. They have Doppler, and they had Rylak. And with that, Doppler misses the shot. He misses the shot on the T1. That could have been a T1 advantage. That could have been two T1s to one T1, and with that, River of Blood would have been able to take it easy with some kind of cap pressure.
Comps still staying close, though, to see if a full commitment's going to happen from the hill. Nothing yet. Comps is going to bug out of there. The rest of his team is all the way to the west. And they're going to move a little bit to the south here. Militant in the 110 on the other side of where the IS-3 and the 110 are pushing. I like this coming out of the Cunninghams. They're getting that map control. They see two ready to go, and they're going to push in for the
And they
the
know there's a
firefight.
tier 8 so far away. Doppler is a minute away from this fight. Doc Golem and 2 AP3 are almost completely alone. Silent Demise will reverse angle, but a connection to Silent Demise and a connection into Doc Golem as Countess and Militant 83 come out. 39 hit points for Doc Golem and a bounce on a Countess.
Big bounce from Savagey in that IS-3. Countess, however, has taken some damage. He gets behind the tanks. Nice play from the Cunninghams, getting behind these tanks, stopping their retreat, and getting some
But
nice
a 5100 has joined the fight. Silent Demise. Oh, wow. Actually, Silent Demise Commander J will go down. Silent Demise barely alive, hiding behind Militant 83. Doppler puts a connection in, but it bounces after connecting. Finally, Doppler has to use one of his last shells on a tank. There should be the last Doppler's shells as he will close the distance. Rylak has finally joined the fight, but Millard is on the flank, and he will take down Rylak 132 and finishes him off.
Countess gets a shot from behind. Nice hit coming out of Savage in that IS-3. Countess now down to 84 HP. Ram damage takes him down from 26 down to 58. Savagey trying to line up one more shot, aiming for it. He's not. Yes, he will get it. It did not bounce
is
off
Millard
the pipe.
reloading? I think Millard, yes, Millard is reloading, but Militant A3 is able to get the last hit. Millard smashes into Savagey to delay him as Militant slips into cover. Millard is on reload, but Savagey wants that final kill, and he needs it. He needs this because Millard is at full health, and he will be reloaded shortly. Once that happens, and if he focuses on Millard, Militant's going to get some free damage, and that will throw off this 2v1.
Savagey still trying to line up the shot. He gets it. Millard, however, closer to getting the reload. It is now 2 tier 8s. About to duke it out. Millard, however, is going to be fully reloaded. Savagey trying to line up a good hit. He's going to try to angle his armor. 323 damage on that shot from Millard. 336 from Savagey into Millard. Millard has 3 more shots at least with only 207 damage. He could clean this up.
Oh, a
One
bounce.
bounce. Another bounce could save Savagey.
Oh,
Another
look at
bounce of
this.
Savagey. Millard at 548. Another bounce. Wow, nice shot from Savagey. Millard is going to be in some serious trouble. Savagey could get the last hit. Just needs a bit of a reload here before he cleans this up. There is still 1 tier 1 he's going to have to destroy. No, he doesn't. And he's able to do it.
That was monstrous from Savagey. We have to look at a replay of that because we have to show you guys just how that happened. He turned his tank so that the Shuka was okay, Millard's aiming at the Shuka. He know he can pen it easily with the angle he's got. But Savagey, at the precise moment, knowing the timings of the 5100 shots, jukes to the side so it goes into spaced armor just as Millard fires. And he does it twice in a row. Millard is in his face. He is point blank range. So the thing is, he's probably zoomed in sniper mode. And here's the replay. We're right about to start it. Now, you've got an IS-3, Savagey. He's looking for that 110, and he knows he needs this kill. This is crucial. If he ignores the 110 and goes for Millard, the 110 gets to peek out. He gets to possibly do a turret break, and then Millard will be reloaded in time for messing up this IS-3. But he keeps focused. Savagey stays focused on this 110, and the 110 peeks out. Now, this is a crucial mistake. If the 110 had stayed hidden, he could have stayed hidden longer, and Millard could have pulled the turret. Then the 110 comes out. Now, he gets to hide behind this wreck for a while. Millard's going to get some shots in here, and that's great. This is awesome. Really great for Millard. He's got it in the bag. No problems here. He might want to get a track pen or something. He's just unloading. And guess what? There's one shot away, but there is the juke. You see him juke to the right a little bit. Jukes to the right again. But now, Millard's out of shots, guys. Millard is empty. He is reloading. And he actually just runs away. What can he do, Clutch?
He can't do anything. He's trying to get to the north to maybe stop the T1, but he has no shots. He's got his rear to the IS-3. There could have been a crazy misfire, misclick of the IS-3 to miss one of the shots. He could get into cover behind it. So he's just trying to get away from the danger, the only thing that Millard could have done. And Savagey, looking at his stats, 10 for 10 in that IS-3, 2,568 damage, 4 tank kills. Potential damage received, 2,420.
Just MVP star right there.
That is amazing. Amazing.
That's an awesome
We're going to have to take a quick commercial break, guys. When we come back, battle number 2, River Blood versus Cunninghams. More action like this is going to continue after this. Welcome back to the Wargaming.net Gold League. I'm Clutch, joined by Rookhill. We saw an IS-3 go up against a 5100 with low HP, but that is how you angle armor in a brawl mode. Beautiful play by Savagey. Millard, the MK, making his debut right here on the Gold League. One of the best tankers, I have to say, in the community that I know of. Really good tanker. So a little bit unfortunate his debut.
He just got outplayed, man.
He's got outplayed. It's all right. Sorry, Millard. Shake it off.
Just look at...
Butterflies are
we
gone.
talked about it. Savagey in that battle was a monster. He got every shot that penned. Every shot did damage. He took a monstrous amount of potential damage. And we don't get to look at that a lot. But we got to see the micro in a tanker's driving. That's stuff that you guys don't get to...
Just was like,
we don't get to tell that story a lot.
Just went boom.
Exactly. We don't get to tell the story all the time because there's so much going on. But you get to see that in that situation where a tanker of exceptional skill comes out on top.
Yeah, great job. Great job. Let's go ahead and jump into battle number 2 on steps. Cunninghams versus River of Blood.
Taking a look at the tanks, we've got 2 STA-1s. Millard and Militant will be driving those, and 3 1390s for the side of Cunninghams. That's new. On the other side, T-32 and a Pershing staying to the American power. The River of Blood team will bring 3 1390s and a Lull Tractor.
That T-32 up against... I feel the STAs are faster.
They're faster than T-32.
Yeah,
but
Pershing, I don't know. I don't know what the speed difference is yet.
It's comparable to the Pershing. It's about the same. Like, I'm on a Pershing right now. If you go and follow an STA-1, we could just look at it side by side almost. You can see the SCA-1 and the Persian Gold.
Yeah, it is comparable.
Yeah.
This is one of the new tanks has been added, ladies and gentlemen, from the Japanese tech tree line. Very cool that a whole nation has been added. Before that nation, it was the Chinese line. Before them, it was the British line, or is it vice versa?
Which line did you say in
I
order?
feel it was British and then Chinese and then...
Yeah.
Yes.
That sounds right.
Countess is the first to get a kill here.
Yeah,
First
kills
blood.
Arg. Yeah, that's
gotta
unfortunate.
that's got to be frustrating.
Yeah.
I wonder what type of sound he made when he died.
It's Arg.
Yeah. But he was able to give all his treasure, buried it on an island with the ship.
It's not treasure, it's booty.
By the way, guys, you should ask Rookhill when you see him in person to do a pirate impression. One of the best I've ever seen.
I got a lot of practice.
Commander J is pushing to the south, leading the charge of the Cunninghams. He does see the L tractor, Canada, on the run.
Run, little duck, run.
But this is going to allow a big northern opening for the River of Blood to get on that flag cap.
If we see a cap trade, I'm just gonna laugh. Just because both of these teams, they've like River of Blood's got some pressure, but North is almost completely open for River of Blood to take it. Good. It's really strange to see. This is just fun. It's fun watching teams on both sides of this map.
No, it is. It is because it's this whirlpool effect almost, so they keep swinging around each other. But I really like the positioning of Cunninghams, especially. Boom! Goes the dynamite. Silent Demise takes down Canada.
Poor Duck.
It's okay. He's got free healthcare, guys. He just has to wait in line a couple hours.
No, it's pretty fast.
He'll be fine. 1390 Countess. Mountain that hill. And a little victory sweep. A Silent Demise, a Militant, and the Millard push up here in that south area. That's going to force River of Blood to make a decision. And that decision is to go for a quick flag cap, bit of a fake here.
And then leave.
And then get out of there, saying, hey, guess what? We're in your base.
No, we're not.
The call is coming from inside the house, but they back away.
There's a tank in the house?
There is in my house.
Well, I think there's a tank next to the house.
Probably like in the
over
Pershing.
Bravo 3? Who's that tank?
That tank next to that house. It's got to be Comps. No, it's not Comps. It's Gut.
Yeah, Baguk's next to the house.
He's next to the house.
Oh, he also was very polite and didn't break any of the fence. What a nice guy.
Yep.
That's just nice tanking.
Is it a
guys.
house or is it a train station?
I think
Who
that's
would want to
just a
live
house.
right next to that train?
Well, that's not a train
It'd be
station. It would be like on the same level ground, you know?
Maybe it's the person that
That's
takes care
the
of the
same
train.
house that we saw not getting destroyed on Ensk. Look at it. Look at it.
True.
That's it. It's the same one.
Engineering core.
Yeah.
It can withstand a train crashing into it. That's why a tank cannot bring it down.
Well-designed house.
Silent Demise at 1390, again, climbing over these mountains, not seeing anything. And he's not going to because they've had map control over on the west for some time. Crashing into the rocks, not seeing those. He's going to get behind the rocks here. And look at the east spread from River of Blood. Where can they go from here, Randall?
Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot they're going to be able to do. River of Blood's kind of pinned. Cunninghams know they don't have much of an approach. Both teams understand how polarizing the situation is. Making the approach is difficult because you have to take an incredibly long route in order to do this. And I'm going to look for that tank that's doing it. Savagey, like Nagatron that we saw earlier today, can go around to the north, maybe make a flank happen there, but there's a lot of risk involved, especially when there's not a lot of tanks getting spotted. In the map that we saw earlier today between Fulcrum Gaming and #RU, there was a lot more spotting, so there was a lot more knowledge out there. And with that, actually, that wasn't Fulcrum, that was Simp and #RU. I'm sorry, I'm misremembering. The Fulcrum game was
Top
that
tier.
was Fulcrum top tier. So in the Fulcrum top tier one, there was a lot of spotting going on. So it was easier for them to move out because they knew where their opponent was. But in this situation, River of Blood doesn't know the entire layout of Cunninghams. Cunninghams doesn't know the entire layout of River of Blood. So what do you do when you don't know anything? You can't do a whole lot.
You can't do a whole lot, but that's where you start imagining a T1 sacrificial play. And I know that's not the type of scenario you want to be in, but if you need to assess some information, and based on information, you make a play because of it. If they see there's 2 or 3 tanks up to the north that are defending, you go for a flag cap and you duke it out.
Yeah, but look at this. River of Blood has no T1s to sack.
They do not, and that
Cunningham's
is
the only ones that can do that.
the Cunninghams have that advantage of doing it, and the T1s are actually going to stay closer. It looks like it's one of the T1s staying to the south. No, but Gok's up to the north, and it is Comp staying to the south, seeing where is River of Blood. But this is a reset. Cunningham's now going all the way back to their flag, and River of Blood's going to fall back to their side. And Comps and Commander J spot 3 of the tanks on the side of River of Blood.
But River of Blood only spots Countess. Countess is it. He's the only one spotted right now. And with that, I think we're going to see members of the Cunninghams actually cross over in the north. I see medium tanks are crossing, hitting that red line, and they're going to ride it. The only tank to spot them, well, actually, 2 tanks could. Rylak is looking to the north, but I don't think he has optics. Does Rylak have optics? Nope, no optics on Rylak, so he isn't going to see that gun.
Countess sees the Pershing from far away. This is a reset play coming out of the Cunninghams, and now they are moving from the east, from the west into the east on that north side, into the valley itself. Pershing is spotted from a little far away. Countess gets close in the 1390, but he's going to move even closer. And he's going to fall back, waiting for the rest of his teammates to push up. He's going to cover their approach, at least still lead their approach, be the recon.
Oh, this will be a great surprise. I don't think River Blood is expecting this at all. Cunninghams. I think someone's about to blow up. This isn't good.
Countess got to be a little bit careful because the 1390 Savagey and the Pershing see him. The Pershing is focusing on the T1. Shot fired and missed from Savagey. Silent Demise gets a nice hit against Savagey. Savagey pulling back in the 1390. Riley.
Oh, what a track shot.
Beautiful shot from Countess. And that is going to be a fall. Millard pushes in the STA, and now he gets another shot on the Pershing. No, shot hits him in the front. Then he gets the Pershing. And now the other STA, Militant 83, pushing in next to the rock.
Commander J and Countess are going to move to the west. While Millard and Silent Demise move to the east, they have a T-rate advantage. They're going to have any fight they start, they can pretty easily win at this point. They just have to be careful not to expose themselves and just get focused down too early. Doc Golem is just going to drive forward into Militant 83. They're going for 1 tank. They pick the focus. It is Militant. They also will take down Countess. Rylak goes down in the Pershing as 2 AP3 is forced to take on Commander J and another 1390. Now it's a 2v2 Doppler versus Militant 83. Doc Golem does not kill. Doppler does, and he's able to turn his attention on Millard. Millard may go down, but Commander J and Silent Demise should still have shots.
Blue base is still under attack. Cunningham's missing a shot, Commander J, but Silent Demise gets a cleanup. Doc Golem gets a kill in the T-32. Now it's a 1390 versus a T-32. However, 7 seconds left for the 2 Tier 1s on the side of Cunningham's to close this out. T-32 is not going to be able to get that shot. That is going to be a victory for the Cunninghams as they close out the flag capture.
There you go.
Nice play from the Cunninghams. Again, that reset, moving from the position they were in the west, coming up north, dropping down east, and then going for the surround play, the isolation. Nice job by them. And at the beginning, one of the Pershings was still looking at the T1 and went for a shot, so he's already reloading when the 1390s came in for the kill.
Exactly. And with that, they also took advantage of spotting mechanics very well. They understood the distances their opponents were at when they crossed over. They crossed over the farthest possible distance, practically hugging the red line, the boundary of the map. And with that, they came in, and at the surprise. Without that, it wouldn't have worked. It would not have worked. Probably would have been a complete failure. The hold down positions from the T-32 and the Pershing would have completely stopped that in its tracks. Well played.
Well played indeed. We're going to take a quick commercial break as we come back. Battle number 3 of this tied-up series of River Blood versus the Cunninghams. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Gold League for World of Tanks. Welcome back to the Wargaming.net Gold League. I'm Clutch, joined by Rookhill. We're jumping into battle number 3 of the Cunninghams versus River of Blood, 2 teams that have been in the top 8 of Season 1 and Season 2. The next battle is going to take place on mines. WZ-132s, you think are going to be in the mix again?
I'd guess, at least. I mean, it's a
guess. Yeah.
It's a pretty solid tank to bring. You talked about it, the early game advantage you get out of there. You get 1 or 2 shots in the first engagement on the hill in that approach, and also you can maybe stop someone short, make it so your allies and medium tanks and heavy tanks can get some shots on there. It really works well if you're going to respect the hill. If you're not going to play to the hill, you're going to play to the water, the west side. WZ-132 might not be the best choice, but it works great for hill play. Perfect tank for it.
Well, the Googly Bobbers in their play came really close. That T-32, man, T-32s, guys, pretty good. Brawl mode.
If none of you knew, Clutch is a fan of the T-32.
I am. Let's go ahead and jump into game number 3. This is a tied-up series. Team Cunninghams versus River of Blood on mines.
And taking a look at the tanks on mines, we've got 2 STA-1s and 3 1390s for the side of the Cunninghams. For the side of River of Blood, we've got 2 T-69s and 3 1390s, and that's a medium 1 for ARC. That's an interesting choice of a tank. I think, if I remember correctly, the medium 1 cannot be clipped out by the Hispano-Suiza from a T1 Cunningham, if I remember correctly.
Well, he's got binocs on him, so...
Well, the health pool is 140. So, yeah, I think it actually has too big of a health pool to be clipped out by a T1 Cunningham.
Good to know.
That's the reason you might
Unless he
bring it.
rams him, too.
And it actually has a little derpy gun, which the HE can actually do a little damage to tanks. We saw that in shootouts.
1390s pushing in against here. Kaunas is up next to him. Silent Demise circling around. This is going to be a Mexican standoff between the 1390s at the center, and the STAs are pushing up quickly. They're taking a lot of damage, but they have more of the HP to stay in the fight a little bit longer while the T-69s unload against them. The STA and Militant is down really low, though.
Oh, but 2 misses allow Militant to live in this fight, and that will mean it is a 4v2 now as Doppler 3 AP3 out. Now it is a 3v2 as Commander J and Silent Demise have to square off against Doc Golem. Doppler is barely able to get away.
Silent Demise, he's going to leave his friend behind. Commander J saying, remember me, as he leaves the battle and he falls. Silent Demise bugging out of there as fast as he can. Cunninghams have 1 tier 8 left and the 2 T1s, and he's going to take some shots from behind. 1 is a miss. The medium 1 is able to spot him for a little bit. Trireme up to the top. Nice shot from far away from the T-69s. They're going to be fully reloaded, and they're going to move to the south to get the surround kill in the remaining tier 8 for the Cunninghams. River of Blood, those T-69s won that engagement.
Yeah, they really did. The timing, and also look at how the 1390 slowed down the approach. By crashing into each other like that, they made it so the mediums were able to join the fight and affect it more, rather than it being just a 1390 on 1385. Now, Silent Demise can still bring this back. It's possible, but that'll take a lot of kiting out. We've got a whole 8 minutes for this 1390 to drive around like this. Although, with Doppler in the position that I see him in now, he will be able to get some free shots as Silent Demise approaches. He just has to make these count. And as he doesn't make it count, the first shot will hit water, make a nice little splash. Canadaduck is running away as quickly as he can.
Nice long-range fire on the T-69. 2 hits coming out of Rylac into Silent Demise. 156. He is 1 shot away from falling. Doppler could get it as Canadaduck falls back in the T1. Shot fired from across the way in the T-69. Canadaduck misses one of the shots. He falls, but Doppler gets the kill. And that's going to be 1 tank left for the Cunninghams. Trireme still left alive over on the East Coast, but this is going to be a push, it looks like, toward the flag cap. They're not going to go for the chase. They're going to go for the flag capture.
That's just an easy way to do it. It's hard to find a T1 on this map. I mean, you can find it eventually, but I mean,
he's there.
Somewhere. They just don't know where somewhere is. It's somewhere out there.
Off in the distant land of the
Over the
wilderness,
rainbow,
known
Clutch.
as the east side of this map, where hardly anyone ever lives. Did you know there's a village there sometimes?
It's the most populated area on the map. And they even have a little chapel.
And they're also hanging up their laundry. That tank's like,
Well-
should have used more bleach as he hits him.
Well, they're going to have to use a lot more bleach. I mean, think about it.
To
Like,
get-
you get your clothes run over by a tank, those stains are pressed in there. All right?
22 seconds left on the flag cap. Nothing much that Trireme can do. He might put up a fight getting over there with less than 20 seconds. And this is going to be a victory for River of Blood. They're going to be 1 battle away from taking the series into 3-1. However, Cunninghams could come back and tie it up, bringing us to a Game 5 in the last match of the night for Day 2. A couple seconds left, 3 seconds left to go. Trireme's still going to gun for it as fast as he can. He's going to go for a shot. No, he's going to fall on an explosive heap of brutality as River of Blood cinches game number 3.
Wow. Really surprising there. That's just a brawl. That's all it is. It's really what it comes down to. Some people made the right shots. The STA-1 just doesn't have the burst to keep up with the T-69s. That's just what it is.
Really
they have
doesn't.
great DPM, just not that burst, though.
And we have a replay ready to go here in just a bit. Oh, here we go right now. And you'll see those 1390s
See how they're stopping
are
each other up.
trapped. They're just trapped there. And the firefight comes down to these T-69s in a great position to lock on those STAs. They have more HP, which I mentioned before, but when they fall, you don't have that consistent fire anymore once the 1390s are unloaded.
Yeah, and they do a great job of focusing, and actually a few crucial misses will keep tanks for the River of Blood team alive. With that actually allows 1390s to get the damage they need to. You can't have bounces. That's just what happens. You have less bounces by the River of Blood team. Misses. Less bounces happen in a fight like this, but misses. A few missed shots really threw that off. The Cunninghams could have had it. Could have gone either way, but you have to have the discipline to make your shots count. And it's really hurt the Cunninghams twice now.
Yeah.
They had just a few bounces and misses here and there have really lost them brawls that they very well could have won.
You miss every shot, you don't hit.
You miss every shot, you don't take much.
Exactly.
And that's why you have consistent fire tanks.
That's right.
So you can take those shots, and when you miss them, it's not a big deal.
Oh.
Well, sometimes.
Yeah.
So it can be a not big deal at 500 meters.
It's the gap. It's the gap of error, right? The error happens, it's 8 seconds to reload, sometimes 13 seconds to reload. The error happens, it's 56 seconds of a reload.
And you have 5 shots left, and then you have that huge reload.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's the gap of error that those consistent fire tanks help close. So the next battle is going to be on Ensk, and I'm looking forward to what we're going to see in that firefight. It's going to be
Now,
battle number
last time
4.
we just went to Himmelsdorf. We saw River of Blood come out on top,
Mhm.
but we very well should. I think in most situations you would have said Cunninghams would have come out on top. Do you think you're going to see that again here? Because that push out of Cunninghams was really good last time on Himmelsdorf.
The brawling mode again is what I keep thinking about, and Savagey throwing his shoulder into those fires,
Yeah.
Into those shots. So I think it's going to come down again to a lot of what happens on Ensk is isolating the 5100s, and whichever team can get the first 2 shots on 5100s and focus the fire on that tank, it's going to be the victory for that team, and that is going to be trying to open up that avenue of opportunity. Sometimes you do have that diagonal pass that if there is a middle section open, if no one goes the railroad route, and you do from the south go up the center and then verge to the left, you could get some flank shots on there.
That's a really weird approach, though, Clutch.
It is weird, but that's where the STA could come in handy because of it's compared to the Pershing, it doesn't have the long range, but this is a tank that's not in the minds of some of the pros yet. I mean, it's there, but they're like,
you can see people at Cunninghams have bought into it completely.
Yeah.
They are big fans. They said, you know what, screw the Pershing. We're bringing STA 1s, and they brought that. So maybe
it's just
they'll
kind of
bring that
unproven
again.
in the meta so
Yeah,
far. So.
but I'm seeing a Waffentrager getting picked already. So that's a weird tank we saw from River of Blood. Wait, was it River of Blood? Yes. No, it was Simple Tankers yesterday. They brought 2 of them.
They brought 2, yeah.
That didn't work out for them.
Nope.
Maybe one of them will work out. Yeah, I'm seeing Doc Golems picking one up. So what do you think of the Waffle? I think it's cool, but
I want to see it used on Prohorovka. I want to see it used. We saw it used on Steps, and it got shut down too. But I want to see it used on a map like Prohorovka or Ruinberg. I think Ruinberg would be the best choice because you can guard a flag cap or reverse a flag cap with it with a longer shot. But we'll just have to find out. It's up to the pros to try to figure out the meta of these new tanks. But let's go ahead and jump into battle number 4. It's going to be on Ensk. Team Cunninghams versus Team River of Blood.
And as we take a look at these tanks, we see 2 5100s, 2 IS-3s, and a 1390 for the side of the Cunninghams. On the side of River of Blood, we have 5100, 3 IS-3s, and a Waffentrager, a.k.a. the Waffle.
The Waffle.
And he's going to be having optics on there. But hearing from the admin, that's a regame. Clutch.
It is a regame. There is a disconnect. So we will have to regame it, guys. We'll go ahead and exit the battle. And it's going to take a bit for the player to connect. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get the battle underway. Battle number 4 of the Cunninghams versus River of Blood. Stay tuned. You're watching the Gold League for World of Tanks. Welcome back to Wargaming.net Gold League. I'm Clutch, joined on the set by Randall Rukel Holcomb. We're going to be live Thursday to Sunday every night for the next 3 weeks, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 5 matches a night. The top 8 teams will be joining us at the finals live in February. More details will be announced around that time, February, March area.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
It varies. There's a lot of things that can change stuff like that.
Yeah, but don't worry, guys. We're planning. It's going to be great. So we had a disconnect, but we're ready to go. The battle's going to be on Ensk. Let's go ahead and jump into the game. Battle number 4, Cunninghams versus River of Blood.
And just to remind everyone what the tanks are, we talked about them before, but bring them back. Same tanks, 2 5100s, 2 IS-3s, and a 1390 for the side of the Cunninghams. And on the other side of 5100, 3 IS-3s and a Waffentrager for Waffen.
That Waffentrager, come on, man, unleash the beast.
It's got a 150 on it, by the way.
Show the world how it works.
Yep, that's a 15 centimeter that's usually called, but we throw everything into millimeters here, so all the German tanks get the... Yeah.
15 centimeters, 150 millimeters. I still use the Imperial system in my mind.
Good for you,
It was. I mean, I'd love to switch over to metric, but I was raised in the Imperial system, so that's how I gauge things in my mind and how
the Imperial system's so easy, though, Clutch. It's really easy.
You mean the metric system?
No, the Imperial system's really easy.
Oh, it
Clutch.
is really easy for me.
Well,
Yeah.
Once you memorize it, it's like foot,
12
yard.
inches, yards, 3
and
feet.
it's fun.
Mhm.
You see, that's the thing about it, Clutch. It's fun.
It
It's like a
is.
children's game. Foot, yard, gallon.
Silent Demise in the window. He has the window seat to a destination of pain. And Ard is the one that takes the trip. He falls.
Yarr.
Silent Demise gets the kill. T1 advantage. Now going to go to Cunninghams. They are down a battle. And River of Blood is 1 battle away. River of Blood, again, they could play for the draw. However, it would not be as advantageous because Cunninghams could come back in battle number 5, draw it out, and take us to our first ever shootout for Season 3.
You know something I just noticed, Clutch?
What's that?
The inside of the T1 Cunningham, when it's dead,
I know.
has the zigzags on it. Do you see those zigzags?
That's right, man.
That's the same zigzags that American tanks
You
usually
just
get.
keep the camo paint throughout the metal. It's cheaper.
I like it. Different colored.
Yeah, I don't think I'd fit in a T1.
You would, maybe.
have to tuck
You have to
down.
sit on the shoulders
I barely
of your
fit in an
driver.
IS-3.
Yeah.
It's crammed.
Tanks are made for small people, normal people like me.
Silent Demise in the IS-3 tries to get a shot through that window, through the keyhole, but no dice as he has his, almost said roommate, as his teammate. And that is Militant 83 in the IS-3, getting closer over here to the other window position, but nothing's going to be sighted, and now River of Blood's going to push together. All is one, except for their 1 T1 hanging behind, and they're going to bring that Waffentrager in the middle, hanging actually towards the back of that lineup.
Yeah, keep the IS-3s to the head of the pack, put your softer tanks like your 5100s, your Waffle in the middle, in the back, middle and back, whatever. But they're able to get in there. Rylac Savagey leading the way. Doc Golem is, I think. Well, since he's leading the way, he says I should probably be in back. 2 AP3, you go first. And they're actually using this really intelligently. And the thing is, we haven't seen a Waffle be aggressive. I don't think we've seen them be aggressive and make the fight happen, then bring in the Waffle and try and siege him down. That's what you got to do, I think. I think when you use this Waffle, you bring HE or something, and you find somebody and hold down somewhere, and you just blast them with it. It doesn't matter if you hit turret. You're going to do 400 damage with HE. You're going to knock out a crew member, and you're going to break their optics.
And there's a scouting. Rylac in the IS-3 is seen in 2 AP3 shoots at A. Martin and misses. Only the IS-3s have been spotted, though. No Waffentrager and no rear F-5100 has been spotted. Another shot from 2 AP3. He misses A. Martin again in that T1.
A. Martin's going to play a little cheeky here. He's going to keep dancing around as members of the Cunninghams are attempting to get into range, but A. Martin goes down, and a shot at a 2 AP3 will bounce. And I guess that's from Silent Demise or Militant 83.
Well, all the way on the other side is Trireme in the T1. He does take a lot of fire, 32 out of 115. Silent Demise takes on Canaduck, though, and Doppler misses in that 5100 against the T1. That's going to be crucial a little bit later. Commander J taking a lot of hits in his 5100,
I think that was one hit from Doc Golem in the Waffle, and he was on fire as well. You could hit that hard. Oh, another shot does not connect on Commander J. I had 2 AP3 also missing on that. But, ooh, Millard catches fire. Lots of fires all over the place. Doppler putting out more fire. Track shot onto Commander J. Commander J looks to his right. Millard takes another shot to the back. Not working out for members of the Cunninghams. Just not able to find it.
Silent Demise shuts down the Rumba, the Waffle, but now the push comes in from the IS-3s and the 5100s into the weaker front of River of Blood, or of the Cunninghams. River of Blood pushing up against them. Rylac takes a hit on his side. Militant 83 and Commander J up to the northern section right behind the buildings, trying to land some hits into the fully, not fully, or halfway down Rylac. He's at 388. 2 AP3 takes a couple hits to the front of his IS-3. Commander J pushing out, but he falls. Militant 83 and Silent Demise and their IS-3s have higher HP values, but Rylac is around the corner, and that's going to be 2 areas of targeting.
Crucial miss from Militant 83, but Rylac misses, maybe returning the advantage back to an even plane. Shot on the Silent Demise takes him down to 750. Rylac will peek out, looking for a shot onto Militant or Silent. He zeros, goes for Silent. Another connection. Another good hit from an IS-3, like 2 AP3 could take down Silent Demise, but Doppler's coming in, and he has almost full health. Oh, another unfortunate bounce. Rylac is going to only get tracked as Doppler comes around the corner, and it's over.
Silent Demise at 66 HP gets hit. The shot actually goes through the tank. Militant at 52, and that's it. River of Blood wins against the Cunninghams in a 3-1 series. A good series from both these teams, but River of Blood is able to win it out. The Waffentrager, that thing did some damage, man.
Yeah.
Dot Golem shot twice. 1 penetrating shot, damage 1,032.
Yep. That's all you need.
That's
and
a big
he
hit.
lit him on fire, and he didn't have a fire extinguisher. That was it. He did not have a fire extinguisher, and that's what hurt so much on a 5100. He just, I wonder if he fired HE. I guess we'll have to find out maybe sometime. But
Yeah, I have to ask him or look at the replay
Yeah.
a little bit later on. But congratulations to River of Blood. They have set a pattern now that they want to continue of not being the comeback kings, but being the leaders in their division. And the Cunninghams, you can't count them out yet. They perform very well. Again, I think A. Martin may have been in a different location. That might have been...
I didn't see him in one of the battles. He actually stepped out
yeah,
for a while. Let me see. I don't see him. Yeah, I don't see him actually.
could have
come
been a
back in.
factor. We'll just have to talk to teams later. But their first matchup for the season so far, they have 6 more to go, and I'm sure they're going to have plenty of victories after that. So going through the recap of today, Simp takes down RU 3-0. After that, No Limit versus Hammer Time. It was 3-1 in favor of Hammer Time. Fulcrum versus Top Tier. Fulcrum won 3-0 against the Top Tier team. Googly Bobbers wins out against Cazadores 3-1. And finally, in match number 5, Cunninghams versus River of Blood. River of Blood takes it 3-1. Good series. Do you have a favorite engagement or battle overall?
I
for
really
tonight?
liked watching Cunninghams and River of Blood. That was really cool to watch. River of Blood actually coming out on top. You would have thought because of simply past records that Cunninghams would have been the better team. But without A. Martin, I think they were having a lot of trouble performing today. And I don't know if we can attribute the loss solely to that, but I think that was a key factor in River of Blood coming out on top today.
Yeah, it was a lot of key factors, a lot of different engagements, but we took plenty of notes. I have to say that those bounces from Savagey was the highlight of the night for me.
That was some epic play.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was great. And Millard, hey man, welcome to the Gold League. Where I'm sure going to see some great plays from you as well. Tough night tonight, but what better way to get what's the word that they do for fraternities? Hazed. Kind of hazed.
gosh.
Welcome to the Gold League.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, to close out the codes that we have tonight, we're going to have a very special picture from Kirill Bondar. That's Soviet. He says, "Welcome to the bunker, made in the USSR, location undisclosed." I actually had to download this picture because it is amazing. There it is. This is what Soviet plays on. Amazing. And I don't know who that is.
Why are you scrolling to that?
I didn't.
Clutch?
It was like an
I
automatic.
told you, Clutch.
I
when
didn't
you
press
saved
anything.
It.
I didn't press anything.
It has autoplay on.
I don't want that to happen.
Who
I
is-
think
is that
I think it's
Batman?
Kevin Smith in a Batman outfit. Sorry, guys. I wanted to make it full screen and turn on the
Look, Clutch, I
slideshow.
know Kevin Smith is cool,
He is.
but
cool. I didn't touch anything. The producer saw. I didn't touch anything. Anyways, guys, that does it for tonight. We want to thank our sponsors, ASO Monitors, available at Amazon.com, Kingston, Alienware, and Razer. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at WGLNA. That's how we're sending the codes. We'll be giving out more codes tomorrow. You can follow us on Twitter at Clutch08. He's at Rookhill to use. And make sure to follow us on Facebook. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/WGLNA, where more information about the finals will be released. And also our website, WGLNA.com. More updates are coming to the website. Stay tuned for those. Closing thoughts.
thank you guys for showing up. Come back tomorrow.
Showing up and blowing up. That's what we do here at World of Tanks. We'll see you guys tomorrow night, 5 o'clock Pacific time, right here at WGLNA, the Gold League for World of Tanks. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night and good game.